Hi Russian learners, Oksana here, welcome to my channel. So we are continuing with our Russian studies, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to say this phrase that is I speak Russian, or whichever language that you do actually speak, and how to say this phrase in Russian, so that when you are speaking to a Russian person you'll be able to assure that person that you actually do speak Russian, or you can say that you also speak some other language as well. So let us look at this phrase first. I speak Russian. So there are three words, and there are also three words of it in Russian. And to build this short sentence, we'll first need to know the equivalent, the Russian equivalent of the verb to speak, and I actually made a video about this verb not long ago. I'll link to that under the video. And we know that to speak, the verb to speak is translated as говорить, говорить in Russian. And of course, говорить is the infinitive, the dictionary form of the verb to speak, говорить. And to actually use this verb in a sentence, you have to conjugate it according to the tense and, of course, to the person. And if you watched my video about this verb to speak, I actually gave you the rules of how to conjugate this verb in the present tense. So if you are a bit lazy or don't have time to watch this video, let us just repeat it quickly, how to conjugate this verb. So we will be going from the personal pronouns for is. So the first person, or я, I, will be я говорю. Then second person, I'm talking about singular first. So the second person is ты or you. Ты говоришь. Then third person singular is он, она, оно. Говорите. Then we have plural form, and the plural form of я, first person, will be мы, we, мы говорим. Ты, and the plural form will be вы говорите. You speak, вы говорите. And the plural form они, they говорят, говорят. So that is the actual forms of the verb to speak, говорить, when they are conjugated in the present tense. So that is the first thing that you have to know when building a sentence like that. The second thing you have to know is the names of foreign languages in Russian. I also made a video on this theme not long ago. I'll also link it under the video. And let us remember some of them. Of course, we'll go with Russian. So first will Russian. Russian is русский. Language, I mean. Let us say also, for example, French. It is французский. Французский. Then we also have English, which we are talking right now. Английский. Then we also have like this expression of this exception of how a foreign language is named. We have the language which is which is used in India. It is Hindi, and it stays the same in English. In Russian, it is Hindi. So that is like the exception of how the names of the foreign languages are formed in Russian. So we know now the verb to speak. So that is the first thing. Then we know the foreign languages names. There are, of course, a lot of them. I'll just give you the example. If you want to learn more, you have to go and see that video I made about the foreign languages. I talk fully and more fully about that theme. And now we just go straight to our theme, how to build a sentence. So, to build the sentence, we have to go word for word. And first we have the pronoun, of course, which will be personal pronoun. So that it will be the first part of our sentence. The personal pronouns are I, we, you, they, the ones I've written here. So either я, ты, он, она. Оно is not a living object. It is just a subject, just an object, and it can't speak. And then we have мы, вы, они. So that these are personal pronouns. Then we'll have to use the verb говорить, which is to speak. And of course, we'll have to use it in the correct conjugation form. So, correct form. That will be the second part of our sentence. And then we'll have to use the name of the language we are talking about, but we'll have to modify it a little bit. So, the first we'll have to use this particle по. Then we'll have to use this short hyphen. And then we'll use the language name, but we will have to drop the E ending. The E ending will have to be dropped. So that is how this the scheme of constructing this language in Russian look. And let me show you an example so that it will be clear to you how to make this sentence. So let's go with Russian. So we're taking the personal pronoun. Personal pronoun, let's take I, я. Then we'll have to use the verb говорить in the correct form, conjugational form. Of course, we're talking about only the present tense now. So if we are taking the pronoun я, we'll have to use the verb, the form of the verb corresponding to the first person, which is говорю. So we're writing говорю. Then we take this particle по. We're putting the hyphen, and we'll have to use the name of the language, which is русский, but we are dropping the E letter, the final letter E. So we're writing it like this, по-русски. So the sentence will be я говорю по-русски. Я говорю по-русски. So that is the equivalent of I speak Russian. So when you're visiting Russia or you are talking to a Russian person, you can and the person is not sure whether you understand them or not, and you will say to this person, relax, я говорю по-русски. I speak Russian, I can understand you, you can address me in Russian as well. So that is an example of your possible usage of this sentence, or it will be an expression of your of how proud you are of your studies, when one day you will be able to say to yourself, oh, that is I'm so cool, я говорю по-русски, I learned Russian and now I speak Russian, я говорю по-русски. So that is I think a very cool result of any studies of a Russian language, to be able to actually speak it. But now let's make other examples of this sentence, but using different pronouns and of course different languages. Now let's take about, for example, она. The verb to speak has to be corresponding to this pronoun, to this person, and it will be, oh sorry, она говорит, this is a mistake, она говорит по again, по, and let us say английский, по-английски, английский. So we are dropping the E, final E letter. So, она говорит по-английски. Она говорит по-английски. По-английски. Она говорит по-английски. And also, let's take another example, let's say we, мы. So, the form of говорить in this, in plural and first person will be говорим. Мы говорим. Говорим. по, let's say, which language? Итальянский. По-итальянски. Italian. We speak Italian. Мы говорим по-итальянски. So so as you can see, it is a very easy structure to follow. You just have to pick the pronoun. I'm not talking about only pronouns. Of course, there can be any names, like for example, Michael, like Michael. Michael. We have to like think about the pronoun corresponding to the name Michael. Michael, who is Michael? It is he. So again, he at the on, it's on, and it is corresponding to this form of the verb to speak. Michael он говорит по, let's say, французски. So you can may not have a personal pronoun. Let us say this a noun, a name, for example. So there can be either a personal pronoun or a name, and if we are putting a name, you have to like think about which pronoun that name corresponds to, and use that the verb form corresponds to the pronoun you picked up, and then you're just writing the language using this form. But there's also some exceptions, of course, and the exceptions are used to the names of the language that are not formed like this, with using the country name and transforming it into a language name. There are also some languages, name of the languages that have their separate word name for them. So I'm talking about Hindi, for example, the language of one of the languages of India, and we also, let's take another Indian language, which can be so Hindi in Russian is Hindi. Let us take, for example, Marathi in Russian. Then we also, for example, let's take the Hausa. It is the most popular language in Africa, Hausa. So when we have a name of a foreign language that has its own name, that is not derivative of a country name, then we'll have to make it on to speak a language, to say that you speak that language, and we have to form that sentence differently from this pattern. So again, we're using pronoun or name. Then we also have the verb говорить, to speak. And now we have to have this word, which is a preposition, and it is na, and then the language name without any changes. Language name. So let me write to you some example. So let's take они, they, они говорят, the form corresponding to the pronoun они говорят на хинди. So that is how you will form the sentence. They speak Hindi, but in Russian. So it is now is with the usage of the preposition na, and the language name in this case doesn't change, doesn't drop any ending. It stays the same. So this pattern is used for when the names of a foreign language is built up from the name of the country. Like, for example, английский came from Anglia, England, English. Italianski came from Italia, italianski. But here we have a separate name for the language. So in this case, the sentence type like I speak Hindi will be built in Russian following this pattern. For example, also мы, говорим на Хауса. That is just the example for you. But of course, I think it is very easy to remember, and I just encourage you to write down some of these sentences to practice. The languages like this is not quite many existing in the world, and I only spoke like about the popular ones. Of course, there are many languages in the world, and I can't tell about any of them, but basically this rule will be able to help you to build these types of sentences in about any different these types of sentences when talking about any type of foreign language. So that's it for today. I think it is a very important sentence type to learn, and it will be very useful in your conversation with a Russian person. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please write them down under the video. I'll answer all of your questions and your thoughts. They are very interesting to me. And also do support this video with your thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss out on the new videos which come out every day. And please give enough time to your studies, stay safe, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.